Yeah, I just recorded the session right now. All right. All right, all right, all right. All right, guys. Everyone's here. We have about 79 of you here tonight. It's the 23rd of August and it's at 10:11. We try to start on time next time. But for those of you guys who are here, first of all, very good evening to each and every one of you. There's almost 80 people in this Zoom session. Considering the group size that we have, I would say that this is an okay attendance. And honestly, I really have to thank you for making the time today. So I just want to make it clear tonight. Tonight, it's not about predicting a perfect trade. Okay? It's not about perfecting one trade, or even it's not about predicting a perfect trade. And this Zoom tonight is not about convincing anyone to deposit any money. So remember that. It's not about that for tonight. So I personally, I want to show you how I approach trading. Many of you guys have been following me. Some of you guys have been following me for years, from I think 2022, 2023. And then some of our new followers have been following me from threads, from my social media, or some of you guys have known me from my past years of racing. So wherever you guys are from, tonight it's I want you to know how I think about race, how I think and how I deal with my wins and my losses. And why do I focus on the process over a very long time? So why do I start the session tonight with this? Is because for me, it's important for you to leave tonight understanding those three lines on your screen right now. Number one, to protect your capital. Number two, to trust the process. And number three, to think long term. Why do I say that? Why do I say that? Because number one, when you understand about trading and how you have understand about trading, I would say the mass majority of people here have the understanding of trading totally different than what I have in mind. Don't get me wrong, it's it's not something that I was given or I had the understanding straight away, but it was something that I've learned along the years. Along the years, I was also similar like you guys. I was similar to how you guys are in terms of trading. Whatever that you guys are feeling right now in terms of trading, I felt it as well. So tonight is about that. I want you to understand protecting your capital is very important. Trusting the process is very important because the process takes time. For me to be able to derive to a strategy, it takes years. It's not just an overnight thing where for many of you guys here, every one of you guys here would have my account, right? My trading account. So many of you guys have seen how I place my buy limits, sell limits, stop loss, my take profits. But then you do not see the years behind the struggles. When you talk about struggles, when you feel the struggle, I felt it too. You understand or not? It's not that I was already born straight away knowing where my SL is going to be, where my TP is going to be. How do I am able to trust the process? So for me as a person, I love to think about long term. I love to think about the next 3 years, 4 years, at least about how my account is going to grow, about if I'm still going to be here today to be a trader in the next 5 years. Do I still need to deposit in the next 5 years? I hope not. So my last deposit was, it was this year at 100,000 USD, but that 100,000 USD deposit was grown from a 25,000 USD in 2024 up to 2025, and now it's at 100,000. So without like further ado, let's move on. Okay. So before we begin, let me share a bit about my journey, how I got here, where I started, and what challenged me and what changed. So where I started was I wasn't really in a FX industry, financial industry, or even anything that has related to do with finance. It wasn't like that. So where I started was years ago. I was a racing driver. So if you can Google me. My name is Nabil Jeffrey. I've been racing since I was 7 years old up till I was 25 years old. So racing was everything to me. I was like this close to becoming a Formula One driver. But the only thing that stopped me was because of the fundings from the government was not there. So I had to stop racing. So then I realized what was the closest thing to racing that I can still pursue. Definitely, I wasn't going to do something 9 to 5. I wasn't going to do, I mean, business wise, I consider doing business. But then I found trading. And my first year of trading was, of course, it was too good to be true. Yeah, I think that's the best word to describe. It was too good to be true because my first moment that I realized trading was damn crazy was when I flipped a 10,000 USD to a 90,000 USD. I flipped. And the same night, I lost the whole thing. I lost the 10,000 depot. I lost the potential profit of 90,000 USD. And then I was left zero. So imagine at that moment, I realized, damn man, trading, you can make money, but you can also lose it in just like this. You can lose it just like this. So that was like the starting point of like realizing I can actually make it in trading. And I didn't know how tough it was in trading at that moment because everyone was saying that okay, you can be a trader, you need to put in the effort, you need to have some struggles and blah 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 blah. So I just went for it. I went for it and I realized that trading was something that I was super, I mean, not to say I was super good. I was super bad. I couldn't realize how bad I was at managing my emotions. My emotions were all over the place. Sebab if you don't mind, I can mix language juga because some of them are, I mean, half of you guys are my old students from previously in India, Pakistan, and all these different countries. But the emotions was the one that was controlling my trades rather than letting a system run. So throughout the years, I was finding ways. How am I supposed to grow an account safely with the safe method without having emotions in trading? So then I realized I have to create a system. I have to create a system where I do not feel the emotions in trading. For example, the emotions in trading, you can feel you feel left out when the market moves, or when you entry did not get triggered, for example, and then you start to revenge, or your stop loss got hit by 2 pips and the market is reversed all the way up, or when your take profit is almost hit 2 pips to go but it wasn't closed, things like that. So then I had to create a system. I had to put a system in place so that I can control the market based on what I want it to go in terms of take profit, in terms of stop loss, in terms of my entry. Because I cannot control where gold is going to go. We will never know where gold is going to go. If someone tells me today that tomorrow we can buy gold at this price or that price. For me, I personally do not look at the market even on a Sunday, because I know that there's no point to monitor the market, to do like I mean the weekly analysis of, for example. It's, for me, this is, I'm talking about my experience. And for me, maybe because I've been looking at the market for the last 8 years, maybe for those who are new, it's a bit different. So I would say that the journey is long. So why I'm here is so that I can cut your journey shorter, which means that if I took 4 or 5 years to become profitable, maybe you would take 1 year. Maybe you would take 2 years. I don't know. But what I know is that you have someone, you can see the transparency of what I am showing. I bagi account, I tunjuk you dekat mana I buy and I sell. I enter with buy limits and stop sell limits. So the reason why I'm doing all of this is because in these 8 years of my experience in trading, I would say that 80-90% of the signal channels are all instant, instant, instant. Bro, if it's instant, right? Tell me if I'm wrong. If it's instant, macam mana orang, how do people who wants to follow get the same exact price as you? I mean, logically, I am writing the signal right now, buy now at blah, 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 blah. And then I send it to Telegram. And then you know how gold is, right? You know how gold is. Gold, if you leave it just for 1 minute, it's going to go already 30, 40, 50 pips maybe. So I just took the opportunity. The loophole that I see is that we need to use buy limit and sell limits. So that's why if you see my account, everything is buy limit, sell limits. It's rarely instant order because of that. And because if you enter a different price than me, you will not have the same risk to reward as me. Betul tak? Because let's just say that if I enter lower, and then suddenly after I bagi signal, you are entering at a different place. Then your risk to reward would be totally different than my risk to reward. So I am moving in the space of Forex alone. What I'm trying to do is that no one else has done, or maybe that 1% of people they are doing. Because I believe if I can become profitable, we talk about being profitable, every one of you here, 92 of you here, can become profitable too. What's the difference between me and you? There's no difference. The only difference is that in my head, I know the system, I trust the system, and I believe the outcome will give me whatever that I have planned. So we just have to believe in the system. Clear? So far, are you guys clear? Are you guys following me? Can you send me just send me clear or something so that I know that you guys are clear? Okay. Okay, good. All right. So you guys have known how I started and what actually challenged me to become this trader I am today. And basically, what changed, right? If you ask me what I taught my students 4, 5, 6 years ago, nothing has changed. I've taught them about how I find my setup. If I want to teach you how I find my setup, it might take me 1 hour max. Max 1 hour. It's not that complicated, but it's also not that simple for someone who is new with that. Why? That's why I said before you enter the Zoom today, your glass is full. You have to empty your glass. You have to empty your glass, take in the things that I'm about to share. Okay, so let's go to the next slide. So there are different levels of experience in this room. 93 of you guys here tonight, right? Some of you guys are beginners. Some of you guys have traded for years. I've even have traders in here who have been trading for the last 8 years, 9 years. So I am going to keep this understandable without oversimplifying it. And the goal is not for you to memorize the technical terms, because I don't think I am going to be that complicated in terms of teaching. And the goal is not for you to memorize the terms. The goal is for you to understand the decisions behind the trades that you see in my system. Okay? So by the end, you should know what I control, what I cannot control, and what you need to look for in the investor account. Every one of you here has my investor account. And why you shouldn't judge a strategy from only one results or one trades. One trade, it doesn't matter, bro. One trade is insignificant. If you looked at how much, sorry. Sorry, let me this one. Okay. So if you look at how many losses I have in my account, if you look at how many losses in a row that I have in my account, you would think I'm crazy for having like 10 losses in a row, 15 losses in a row. But then the system is the system. The system is what it is. You cannot control the outcome. You cannot control if the next trade is going to be a winning trade, or you cannot control if the next 10 trade is going to be a losing trade. But what you can control is following the system every day from a certain time to a certain time, taking the same risk every single day. So there's no promise what the market will do next. So when someone asks me, what is the market going to do? I say, I don't know. I really don't know. But if my setup says that it's going to buy, then I will buy. If the setup says I'm going to sell, then I will sell. Because the market is so dynamic, it's moving every single second. Every single second, new decisions are made. New buyers are coming into the market, new sellers, new big players, new banks. It's like too many decisions being made every second. So how will you know, right? So for me, I decided we would never know where the market's going to do, where the market's going to go. So that's when I realized risk is the only thing I can control. You can control how much risk are you going to put every single trade. That's the thing that you can control. How do I execute and accept outcomes? So how do you execute and accept the outcomes? So benda ni, for me, it's because of the data. So many of you guys here have asked me questions. How do you believe in your system so much? How do you know that the winning ratio is low, and why do you still believe in it? The reason why I believe in it is simple. I've backtested for the last 4 years of data, and I've seen how the market evolves through ups and downs, through war, after war, through Trump, through Biden, through every single market. It's still going to give me a certain risk to reward ratio per year. So that's the reason why, if you ask me, I execute, I attend, I am there every day, I execute the same style. So consistency is what matters for me. And I hope for you tonight, and many of you guys who are listening, one trade will not change your life. If you make your first 10,000 USD from a 10 or even 100 USD depot, it's good for you. But for 99% of the people, that's not the reality. Okay? Okay. So just can you say in the chats, Are you type A? Are you new in trading and you want a clear foundation? Or you're type B? You have traded before and I just need more consistency. What type are you? Type. Which type are you? Okay, perfect. Let's type C. Okay. I would say majority is type B. So I would say majority of people here are type B. So I've traded before. I just need more consistency. And there's like a few who are really new in the market. So I would say that I'll have to break it down to two. Let's speak about the newcomers first. For the newcomers into trading, I would say that you're lucky because you have met me straight away. And then you don't have to go through the ups and downs too much. And for the type B, somehow you are also in a luckier position because you have gone through the shit that is in trading. The crazy losses, the crazy wins, the emotions, the downfalls, everything that you have felt. And of course, I'm sure type B, they are the people who have tried to learn every single techniques there are out there. Right? These are the type B. Anything that people teach, they try to understand, they try to apply, they try to see what is missing in this technique. So now I know where you guys are, where you guys stand. So let's move on to the next because I need to also prepare for the different people in this community. All right. So survival. Survival comes before profit. So this is normal lah. Most people enter trading thinking the first responsibility is to make money. With me, it's different. Our first responsibility is to survive because not many of you can survive. If I ask you how many times have you deposited for the last 6 months, not many of you would say I've only deposited once. I've deposited over and over and over again. So that's a reason why survival for me is the most important thing. Because if you're able to survive for at least 6 months, your account's safe, you're managed, you're able to be on the break-even phase. Break-even phase itself is an achievement. Because before you even get to become a profitable trader, you would stay in the break-even stage for so long. You would be winning, you'd be losing, and then you would be realizing, like, what am I doing as a trader? Isn't a trader supposed to make money? Why am I not losing? And why am I not making money? But it's also part of survival. Okay. So for me, that is why protecting capital is not a defensive, it's not a defensive thing. It is a foundation that makes long-term compounding possible. Because if you look at my account, right? Just look at my account as a long-term for now. I started off with 25,000 USD in 2024. So everyone here would have a 25,000 USD or maybe 25,000 ringgit, let's just say, okay? 2024 until 2024 December, it became 50,000. From 50,000 in 2025, I flip it to 100,000. In 2026, I started the year with 100,000 and now it's at 120, maybe it's at 220,000. And the year is not done yet. So I still have the potential to lose some profits. But it doesn't end here. I'll be doing this for the next 7 years. I told my wife, I told her, like, I think I'm gonna do this until I'm 40. I want to see my first 1 million USD from trading itself. And I never know when is it going to come. Is it going to come in the next 2 years? Is it going to come in the next 3 years? I do not know. But what I know is that starting from 2027, I will start the year with 200,000. And I know I will end the year with 400,000 because I've done it for the last few years. So it's the same thing over and over and over again. So that's when I told you the first 3 words when we start off the webinar. Think long term, protect your capital, and you have to believe in the process. If you do not believe in the process, after 15 losses, you would go off, find another winning strategy, find something else, find someone else, learn from someone else, and then go through the same loop over and over again. So that's the reason why I purposely showed you my account, gave you my password, because I want you to see the reality of the trading that I'm going through. Because if I can go through it, why cannot you? Maybe it's a bit difficult for you because you do not know what the reason why I'm buying, the reason why I'm selling, the reason why I'm holding my trades, the reason why sometimes I am so emotionless. When you see the profit has gone 6,000 USD, I don't give a shit. Because I know my take profit is my take profit. And I don't have break even in my trades. Why don't I have break even in my trades? Don't you ever ask why? Because if you have break even in your trades, it means you do not trust that the setup is going to fly or is going to fall. Correct? You are scared. That's why you have break even. Protecting your capital. I'm not scared. But what I'm doing is that I believe in my setup. I believe in my setup, even though you will come to a point. You will come to a point where I used to also have break evens. When the profit was like 6,000, I take profit first. When the take profit was supposed to be 10,000, 11,000 USD. But now, I feel more shit when I take my profit early, or even when my setup hits break even. I feel more shit than when it hits stop loss. You understand or not, that feeling? So when you come to that stage, your belief towards your system is on a different level, bro. You just know that if you can press a ×4 button to speed up the time, I would press, because I know in the next few years, I would have 1 million USD from trading. And if I can do it, why you cannot? I'm showing you the reality. I'm not the person who just gives you signal buy, sell. I don't show you my account, and then you do not even know where I'm trading. You do not know if I cut my losses early, if I take my profits early. You know everything about me. Like right now, it's like I take off my clothes, I take off my pants, I take off everything for you to see. Everything you can see. Like this. Everything. But then if you ask me if I'm scared or not, of course I'm scared. But then I have to be realistic, bro. Trading where I come from, which is Malaysia, and from I don't know, wherever else in this world, right? Find someone who can show you their account trading together with joining their channel. It's very hard because I've been looking for it. I cannot find. If I can find also someone who give maybe for like 1-2 days, and then when it comes to a losing streak, oh sorry bro, I cannot enter anymore your account. I changed my password. Why? Why you're scared to show that you are losing? Because he's scared to do this. You understand? He's scared to do this. To open up everything, to let people see everything. So, I'm already doing that. And I'm willing to show everything. The thing that I want from you is the trust, right? The trust. So I have to do it. I have no reason not to do it. If I'm losing, bro, imagine my trades losing 10 trades in a row. Imagine how many people DM me, bro, you're such a shit trader lah. Why are you doing this? Come and learn with me, deposit with me. It's like, my God. You understand or not? The things that I put myself out there for people to see, for them not to understand what I'm going through. Bro, 10 losses is fine. I've had 17 losses in a row. I was down 34%. But then, if you don't believe, go look for yourself. Go look at February, go look at March. February and March, I had really bad months. But then, I think May or June, basically, boom, recovered almost everything. So, if you want to be a great trader, right, one tip that I can say is be very transparent. Be very transparent about your losses, about your wins, about everything. Don't try to be the hero. Don't try to be hero that I'm the best trader already when you are not the best trader yet. So, one thing, survival. I want you to remember this for life. Remember this for life. Because the next time I would ask you to deposit under me will be your last time that you deposit. It's not going to be tonight. Don't worry. Tonight I have something very interesting for you. For all of you tonight, I have something very interesting. But tonight, there's nothing about depositing, nothing at all. So don't worry. Okay. Control what you can control. Control what you can control. You cannot control everything, right? So this is the most, I mean, like not the most, but one of the most important separations in trading. We cannot control whether the next setup wins. Even for me, a strong setup, even a setup that feels this is going to be an amazing setup, you're fucking confident, this is going to be the best setup. Confirm. It can also hit stop loss. So there is no such thing as a confirmed setup for me. There's no A plus, there's no A minus, there's no B setup, there's no C setup. It's just one and only setup, which you can learn in 1 hour if I want to teach. Just 1 hour. Focus 1 hour, and then you'll be like, hey, sure not? Is it like just like this? Sure lah, bro. Just like that. It is that simple. So we can control the amount of risk. How do you control the amount of risk? Tonight I will teach everything how you can control. There will also be lessons later on in this next half an hour, 1 hour. And then whether we follow the stop loss, whether do we follow our stop loss or not? Do we believe in our stop loss or not? Do I keep changing my stop loss? No. And whether we remain disciplined or not. That is the most important thing. These 3 or these 4, if you follow, you're already 80% of the traders who is going to succeed. Following the system. Maybe many of you guys here do not have a system. What do I mean by system? System is something that you enter at the same place, you put your stop loss at the same place, you put your take profits at the same place, you enter at the same time horizon. For example, you enter from a certain time to a certain time, you only take trades in that time frame. And for me, I'm only trading one time frame, bro. I only trade M15. No secret. It's only M15. I don't look at H4. I don't look at daily. I don't look at weekly. I don't look at monthly. I don't look at any other things. I only look at M15. So if I only trade with M15, maybe everyone else out there who is also profitable are also trading with for H4, H1, M15, M5, M1. But like I said, everyone has their own trading style. There's 1,001 ways to become profitable. And I'm using one of my ways to become profitable. So there's other people who's maybe trading only M5, someone who's only trading H4. So you need to see and follow exactly what is he doing for you to understand. Okay, so let's see which trade was executed better. Trade A, he lost the trade, restate control, system followed. Trade B, he won the trade, but then the position was oversized. Stock was moved. So type A or B in the chat. Which one was better? Which one? Type first. Ding ding. A. Okay, A. A, okay, A, right? A. But how many of you here are trader B? Just say me. Hmm. I used to be B, sir. Okay, that's good, bro. If you have changed. So that's the thing. Everyone knows. Betul tak? Everyone knows what we're supposed to do. Everyone knows the way to become profitable. But then when it comes to the chart, suddenly you just forget. Forget to become that kind of trader. Why? Try and think. Like why? Why why do you become that trader when you know that trader A is better? Is it because you do not know how to calculate a lot size? Or is it you know but you cannot control the emotion? Or is it because that I do not know? So you have to think, you have to be honest with yourself. Why are you like that? So some say like depends on the mental condition at that time. I want rich in one trade. Perfect, bro. I also want rich in one trade, bro. I mean, who doesn't want to be rich in one trade? You tell me. If I can be rich in one trade, I don't have to trade the next 500 to 1,000 setups, right? The potential for fast money, panic, want to recover losses, emotionally disturbed by the loss. Maybe because I use very small account and depends on the. So yeah, all the things that you have said is correct. It is something that we all are going through on a daily basis. Everyone here feels the same. The psychology you cannot control, the money management, but this thing needs to be changed. Because why am I having my first lesson today about this? Is because if I give you a system which I can teach in 1 hour, you are still not going to be profitable. So this one I have to tell you in advance. You understand or not? So that's why this lesson over here, it might seem simple. It might seem like what is he teaching? But it is something, it is a life lesson for many. Because not many people can understand this, the importance of this lesson. So if you look at my trade, think beyond the next trade. Like someone said just now, I want to be rich in one trade. One trade is not the system. You have to think in the next 500 to 1,000 trades. Imagine right now, right? One trade, one trade doesn't matter. Just tell yourself, the next one trade doesn't matter. What matters is the next 500 trades to 1,000 trades. That's the only thing that matters. Because if you can have that mindset, you can go losses after losses and losses. But of course, you have to follow the strict risk to reward ratio. You have to have a proper system. You have to backtest the system to understand what is the strength, what is the weaknesses of the system. So these are the things that you also need to have. Bukan just bantai random and hoping that you're going to be profitable. It's not going to work like that. But my point is, you have to think the next 500 to 1,000 trades. That is your goal. So that when losses come, contohnya, you will not even bother to feel down. Of course, money in the market ni, every time I say to people, when you enter a trade, right? A trade, you have to imagine that it's already lost. When I enter, for example, I enter, imagine my risk, 2,400 USD per trade that I lose. I enter, I imagine I lost. It's easier for me. Eh, korang rasa I tak rasa apa-apa ke? Of course rasa. Tapi kalau rasa pun boleh buat apa? Tak boleh buat apa-apa pun. Lagi stress ada. So untuk apa I nak stresskan myself? So I just have to believe, I have to believe that the system after 500 trades, after 1,000 trades, it is going to be profitable. So tonight, the lesson is also think very long term. Jangan fikir the next 1 trade, 2 trade, 3 trade, 4 trades. It doesn't matter. Forget about that. So untuk nak buat benda tu, that's why korang kena ada modal. That's why you guys need the capital. The capital, for example, if you have a 2,000 USD, it's not that you're going to use the capital to its max pun. The max that you're going to use pun is at 40 USD per trade. 40 USD per trade. With your account at 2,000 USD, you are only opening almost 0.02, 0.01, 0.02. Imagine at 2,000 USD, you're opening 0.02. Guys, you understand or not? 0.02 for a 2,000 USD account. Some people might think like, why do I need that amount? Yeah, because if it's 0.02 and you have a stop loss of 200 pips, that's already $40. So you have to think in terms of what is your stop loss size. So kalau you guys are in my channel, right? You always see that when I send you an update, you can see what is the stop loss size. That's the reason why I actually send that to you, because I make your life easier. You just need to know your risk, which we will go later on, okay? So which trader survives the next 500 trades? Of course, this is easy. Everyone can answer this, right? Trader A, he risks more after losses, chases missed entries. Risks more after losses and chase missed entries. Trader B, he keeps his risk consistent, accepts missed entries. We all know which one would survive in the next. We all know. So which one for you? Is it trader A or trader B? So everyone says trader B, trader B, trader B. So that's the thing. Everyone knows the process, what it takes to become a consistent trader. You need to keep your risk consistent. You need to accept the missed entries. But then when it comes to the practical of trading, when it comes to the reality of trading, everyone becomes trader A. I would say majority, not everyone here. Some of you guys here are good traders, profitable traders, but I would say majority of people would become trader A. So knowing the fact that trader B is a good trader to follow, why do we still continue to become trader A? Why? So it's something that you have to ask yourself. I cannot answer this for you. Okay, for me, if you ask me, maybe you have not had enough big losses that your family trusted you with the money. For example, your family give you 50,000 USD. Hey son, I trust you with all my heart. Please go and shine in the trading world. Go and make this money, whatever. And then you lose the whole thing. Lose it, bro. Slowly. You lose it slowly. Slowly. From 50, usually it's like this. 50, then you have a profitable first week, 2 weeks. And then you start testing your dad. Hey, Appa, I've already profit 10,000 USD. I hope you're proud of me. Wait. The best part will come later on. The best part will come later on when he doesn't text the dad anymore after that for 6 months. Later, And then the dad asked, son, why are you so quiet, son? Is everything okay? Son, lost the whole thing. Because it's the money that the family entrusted you with, and then you cannot, you don't have the balls to tell your dad, like, Dad, I fuck up, man, today. Ah, I fuck up. You don't have the balls. So that's the thing. It happens slowly. So for those of you guys who do not have like this situation, it's good. Never take money that you are not sure. You are not even profitable yet. What makes you think that if now you're trading with like 10,000 or 5,000 or whatsoever amount, and then like suddenly someone gives you 100,000 USD, you are confident. I'm a confident trader now because I have 100,000. How to lose 100,000? Impossible. Impossible to lose 100,000. Bro, in trading, there's no such thing as impossible. Everything is possible. You can lose in 5 minutes or so. But then you won't lose the account in 5 minutes. But then the chance of losing is always there. So that's why it's always important to understand. You have to survive the market. Never trade an amount that you yourself feel like, if I lose this amount, I'm gonna get screwed. I go and borrow my money from my wife, from my family, trade first, tomorrow I return to you. Never do those kind of things. Okay, next. So now let's talk about the account. Okay, for those of you guys have my account, right? How, when you have my account, first, before I decide the trade, you have to do it before the trade starts, because you're calm, you can think rationally, you're not in a rush. So we begin with the account. What I did is that I define the risk for the account. So let's just say that we have an example. My account started off at 100,000 USD, right? So I have decided for the year that I will risk 2% per trade. So I will only risk 2% per trade. So every time that I lose 2,000 USD. Every time that I win 6,000 to 7,000 USD. Okay, so I realize, okay, this is acceptable. Okay. Then I need to consider where the stop loss is. I need to know where the stop loss is first. If I do not know where the stop loss is, I will never be able to have my risk defined or predefined. So you need to have your stop loss level straight away. Then you will get a lot size. Then you have a lot size that you see. That's why if you look at my account, right, it's random numbers. 96, 82, 54, 53, 49. Agree or not? Like randomly, like if you're thinking like, why is this guy having random numbers on his lot size? I mean, have you guys even thought about that? Pernah tak macam randomly you guys fikir like, why is his lot sizes so random? Like, is that his I don't know, is that how he feels at that moment? He just it's not random at all. And then it's not random at all, because if you tengok my losses, if you look at my losses, it's always 2,400, 2,500, 2,300, 2,400, 2,400, 2,300. It's always the same kind of losses. Sebab I calculate my losses. Betul. So many of you guys also know how I actually calculate, but tonight I will share for those of you guys who do not know how to calculate, and I will share that later. It's important to calculate your lot sizes first, because once you know how to calculate your lot size, then it would come to the next chapter, teaching you how to find the setups. Understand? If you do not know how to calculate your risk, I teach you for 1 hour how to find the setup, there's no point. You're still going to lose the whole account. Okay. So winning and losing streaks test the same discipline. So why do I say that? Because after losses, we do not increase risk to recover. After my losses, look at my 15 losses. Did I increase my risk? No. And after my wins, do I increase my risk? No. So it doesn't matter, bro. Losses after 15 losses or even 15 wins, the risk remains the same. If you have set, for example, right now, the next 1 month or 2 months, you've decided, okay, I'm going to deposit for my last time ever. I'm going to deposit maybe 5 to 10,000 USD. So then when you have decided an amount, then you can decide, okay, how much am I risking per trade? So when you have decided how much are you risking per trade, then you know you can calculate with the SL that you have. So that is your risk until your account gets to 150%. Until your account gets to 150%, you cannot ever change your risk profile. Do you understand? You cannot change your risk profile randomly just because today I feel good. Today I feel good. I don't know, I was driving the car, I was feeling good, and then like, today I feel strong. I want to change my risk. No, it doesn't work like that. Nothing can change. For me, if I want to change, my account needs to be at 150%. When you will see later on, when my account reaches 240,000, 250,000 USD, then I will start increasing my risk to around 2,700 to 3,000 USD per trade, because then it's only 1% or 1.5%. So it's not going to be a crazy risk amount. Okay. Okay. So then the life cycle of an NJ journey. First, I would send a setup identified, right? You would get on my Telegram, setup identified. It's either going to be a buy limit or a sell limit. Then it's going to be a pending order. It's going to be activated. It's either TP, SL, or cancelled. No break even at all. So then when price move away, sometimes people text me and say that, hey bro, price moved away. It didn't hit your buy limit. It's okay, let it go. I do not chase the market. Just move on to the next entry. Because as long as my buy limit or sell limit is there, it's still a valid setup. It's still a valid setup. As long as I do not cancel my buy limit, sell limit, it's still a valid setup. Okay? So this one is simple. Price move away. What are you supposed to do? Of course, chase the market, move the entry, or let it go. Common sense. Common sense, right? Let it go. But many of you, when it's the moment, there's no common sense anymore. You're going to chase the market until the market run away. And then MC. So if the trade is missed, it is missed. No chasing. Even for me, the reason sometimes that you see that I move my pending orders, I notice there are times that I actually move it lower. The reason why I move it lower is because there was new confirmation. I never moved it because of random reasons that I might feel like it's going to. No. No such thing as I might feel. Emotions, stay outside. Here, no emotions. Okay? So, investor account exists to verify the process. Of course, do not copy my lot sizes. My lot sizes is not there for you to copy, but I want you to copy the discipline behind the decisions. The discipline you can copy, but lot sizes, it depends on your own account. Okay, I do not want to take any, responsibilities on your account if it's going to be good or bad. I do not know. But what I know is that I put up my buy limit, my sell limit for you to have a reference. Oh, Nabil is buying here. Nabil is selling here. Just for that. If you want to follow, make sure you follow with the correct lot sizes. Okay? Okay. So in the live MT5, right? I think many of you here have already seen my account, and I'm sure that you guys are using it on a daily basis. Realize one thing about the account, right? The account for me has always been, it's always been there for a reason. So when you have time on the weekend or whatsoever, just look at all my trades from January, February, March. And when you're doing that, right, imagine what I was going through. The losses, the wins, the losing periods. How would I feel at that moment? Because those are the feelings that you will feel too when you are having 10 losses in a row. So now you can imagine. Look at my account, for example. I have 10 losses, for example. How would you feel having 10 losses? Your account would still be there or not? So that's the thing. That's the reason why I personally only risk 2%. 2% per trade. Because if you risk anything more, of course you're going to make more. You're going to make maybe 2 to 300% a year. But then are you going to survive the drawdowns? Are you going to be still alive to trade tomorrow? Maybe not. So just take the safer route of 2% per trade. That's all. No more, no less. Even if you MC, it takes you 50 losing trades in a row. I think even the worst trader cannot do 50 losing trades in a row, right? So look at that. The sizing remains controlled. Losses are visible. I'm not hiding. The drawdown behavior across the period. Execution that stays consistent. Even though I'm losing, I still take my trades the same way, the same style, the same reason, the same one setup that you can learn in 1 hour, and the discipline across many trades. That's the thing that you have to look at. So I'm sure that you notice this, the lot sizing stay controlled, right? And then all of this thing, the execution remain recognizable. Okay. This is for my trading circle. Not now, but I'm just letting you guys know. For you to be in my trading circle is a deposit of 500 USD. And for the people who actually, my suggestion, if you have less than 2000 USD, don't start trading with me. It's like very, very high risk. So 500 USD is just for you to enter. I don't suggest you to trade with 500 USD. Just enter, just learn whatever that you can learn from me, because I will be doing, basically I'll be on Zoom almost like 2 to 3 times a week. I will just leave my Zoom on for those of you guys who are under my trading circle. Basically, these are the circle that I'll be teaching and stuff like that. But remember, anything less than 2000 USD, please do not trade. So let me explain to you why. So this is very important. Some of you might ask, why 2000 USD? Why 2000 USD? Okay, I know my strength and my weaknesses for my system, right? I know at times I have stop loss 400 pips. Yeah, some of you might think I'm crazy. Yeah, I'm crazy, bro. I have stop loss of 400 pips. Yes. But then, not all the time. Maybe there's like once in a month, maybe once in 2 months. I do have setups which is 350 to 400 pips. Okay. So if I calculate, if I trade with 0.01 and my stop loss is 400 pips, that is 40 USD, correct? 0.01 stop loss is 400 pips, that is 40 USD, correct? So if I'll take like the worst example. I have 50 setups of 400 pips SL. Then that gives me 50 trades. I have 50 losing trades of 400 pips SL. Then you will get 2000 USD. Of course, not every trade is going to be 400 pips. You guys pernah tengok how I trade. My stop loss, usually the range is about 100 to maybe 200 pips. So the reason why 2000 USD is there is because I do not want you to MC. If you follow the system with 2000 USD minimum, of course you can deposit as much as you want. But if you follow with 2000 USD, my buys, my sells, everything the same, with that, you will make 100 to 150% a year. I'm not promising crazy things, but I'm promising something realistic. That is what's happening in my account. I grow from 100,000 to 220,000 in 8 months, for example. Anything more is bonus. So if you really want to trade with me, nothing less than 1,000 USD. Okay, that's all. Okay, so we are going to do something. The NJ Journey 30-day demo risk lab. So what I want you to do, we have 92 people here. Because not everyone knows how to manage their capital, correct? Because if I ask you, come, deposit, make money tomorrow, trade with me. No. I'm not here. IB income and all this income for me, it's not going to be like the massive income for me. I want to make my first million USD, bro, in trading. That's my main. But the reason why I'm doing this is because that in the next 30 days, when you open a demo account, and then you have the same signals, the buy limits, the sell limits, everything. You have my account. You can see where I'm buying, where I'm selling, where I'm take profiting. You feel the emotions of what I'm feeling. Even though it's demo, you can feel it. But with a demo lah. Because many people will not be able to calculate and manage their risk straight away. So it takes time for you to understand. How do you calculate lot sizes? How are you supposed to calculate if it's a... So that, to be simple, everyone here, there's like 90 of you here, use 10,000 USD, demo account, and everyone has the same signals, everyone has the same rules, everyone has my account, and after 30 days, the results, if everyone follows the same way, should be the same, correct? Because we are on buy limits and sell limits. We're not on instant execution, because I'm also having the same signals as you. I trade the same signals as the one I give. What do you guys think about this? I personally feel like it's a good practice. If you guys are, if you guys want to do it, it's something that I would suggest to do. Because if you want to do it with your own capital, I do not want you to risk your own capital yet for now. So there's no deposits or whatsoever, but it's just learning how to manage your trades with a demo account, 10,000 USD, and just learning how to follow the signals. What do you guys think about this? Send me your thoughts on like chats. I'm going to read it for a while. Okay. So if it's a good idea for many, let's try to execute this idea. We have about 90 of you here. Maybe 10% of you guys here are already trading on prop firm whatsoever, but we might have the majority of people wanting to do this, right? So for me, we can have another Zoom session after like 1 month, and we can, you have access to speak to me every single day. So as any time, you can just ask me questions and stuff like that. But most importantly, I need everyone to be on the same boat. Everyone doing the same thing, which means that tomorrow, everyone starts to open 10,000 USD demo account. But the demo account would be, of course, the same broker as me. You just have to register under my link. But demo account, no deposit, nothing. Just register under the link. Can you guys do that for me? I'm not asking to deposit for now, but it's just, I want everyone to be using the same broker as me, because why I'm saying this is that I got screwed by a lot of brokers. A lot of brokers asked me to leave their brokerage. A lot of brokers, honestly, they're not gentle, bro. I don't want to say names, not the kind of guy. I'm not the kind of guy to say bad about other people, but you think I didn't go to like 10 different brokers to try out trading before I found one kind of legit broker? So if I have done the job of like looking around and some of them said like, sorry bro, I cannot accept you, because I told them in advance, my community will be following my signals and I'm the only person who is giving buy limit and sell limit, and they will follow my take profit and sell SL. Can you accept me or not? Because in 2 years, I will withdraw 1 million USD. In 2 years, I will withdraw 1 million USD, inshallah. I'm a Muslim, so I have to say inshallah, if God permits. So the answer was yes. I was surprised, bro, because I asked a lot of famous brokers in Malaysia. I mean, one of the brokers that I was trading with before, they kicked me out, but of course, I'm grateful that they paid my 100,000 USD. The thing about this is that for me, we have to find, because we are going to become profitable, guys. You understand or not? We're not playing anymore. We're not trying and trying. No. If you follow for 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, we are going to withdraw money. We are going to withdraw money. So we need someone or a place where it's trusted, where we can withdraw, where we can deal with them in terms of like, okay, I have 100,000 USD. How can I deposit? Maybe some of you guys want to deposit through crypto. Some of you guys want to deposit through bank account. It doesn't matter. What matters is that nanti masa dah profit, bayar ke tak? Tu je yang paling penting. Nanti kalau kita buat profit pun tak bayar, problem juga. So then I realized FX Pro, and one more thing, and I'm not selling broker right now. I'm not selling broker. But what I noticed is, I think many of you guys are here are traders, right? Correct or not? Have you guys heard about slippage? Slippage. Slippage is something when, for example, you set your stop loss at like 2,000 USD. When the market is volatile, it can go up to 2,300 USD or maybe 2,500 or maybe 3,000 USD. So that is considered as a stop loss slippage. Have you heard about that before? Stop loss, or have you ever experienced before? So for me, I have experienced take profit slippage with the one and only broker that I'm trading right now. Correct or not? So this is something like I feel like, fuck, my take profit was 6,000. Why do you give me 9,000, 8,000? So then I know this broker is a little bit different than the normal brokers. Okay, so then back to the real thing. Okay, tomorrow, everyone, or after this session, everyone DM me. Just say that you want the link or whatsoever, then I will pass the link to you. And then everyone, do not deposit your money. I will tell you when I need to deposit or you need to deposit, but do not deposit your money. Use a demo account, open a demo account, 10,000 USD, and then try to follow. Make mistakes. Hey, bro, when I started to do this one, I made mistakes, but I made mistakes with the real account. So that's the difference. If you guys make mistake, wrong calculation here and there, it's fine because it's a demo account. But after 1 month, you should be good. After 1 month, you should be good. You should be able to follow the process. Nak masa tu, if you guys want to deposit 100,000 USD pun, it doesn't matter. Because what matters is you have had the practice with the demo account, with a 1 month period of practice, and you have made the mistakes, every mistakes that you're going to make, and then you are ready. But then when we speak later. Now, just think this demo account is like your trading account. It's not about the profit. It's not about the losses. It's not about if the account grows to 12,000, 13,000, or even if the account drops to 5,000, it will never drop to 5,000. Maybe if you put it wrongly or whatsoever. But remember, risk 2%. So how much is 2% risking? What is 2%? It's a So then, how do you calculate? Tomorrow, when you open the account, you are risking 2% on your demo account, right? It's 10,000 USD. So you are risking 200 USD. 200 USD. Is it 200 USD? 10,000, 2%, 200 USD, correct. So 200 USD, you risk. So how do you calculate your lot size? You should be able to calculate after tonight, okay? So the current balance is 10,000. You are risking 2% per trade. You need to know the SL distance. Look at my Telegram, look at the SL distance. What is the SL distance? When you know the SL distance, then you can know, okay, this is going to be the SL distance. Let's just say the SL distance is 100. Okay, then I will give you a formula for you to calculate your lot size in the next slide. Okay, this is the formula that you have to follow. The risk divide by the SL pips divide by 10. So we learn a bit of maths today. Later on, you will find it very simple. But for those of you guys who still find it complicated, don't worry. I understand. It's something new for you. But as long as you made through standard 4 maths when you were 10 years old, I think you can do this too. So then, for example, right now we have 100 pips. What is your lot size? It's 0.2. If it's 120 pips, it's 0.16. 200 pips is 0.1. Okay, so I just want you guys to practice this moving forward, at least for the next 1 month. And then after 1 month, and even if you have questions on a daily basis, just text me. I would reply on voice note because it's easier for me to speak more rather than typing. So if you have any questions, you're still unsure how to calculate whatsoever, make sure you screenshot this. Tomorrow you forget how to calculate, look at the screenshot. Okay? Okay. Have you guys seen that at times I've had like 2% and then I had 2 entries, which means that it's a 4%. Have you guys seen that before? I've had buys and then suddenly there's a new buy limit around the same area of the buys. But then the stop loss is lower, which is the stop loss is always the first setup. So at times, correct, some people are confused, but then there are times where I actually put a double lot at a certain area because of a certain confirmation that came out. So when there's a confirmation, I put another buy limit. I wouldn't instant. When price comes in, I would have 4% risk on that trade. So there's a question that asks what time in the day you start trading and what time do you stop trading. I start trading every day in front of my PC at like 7:45 a.m. So 7:30, 7:45, I'll be in front of PC. I'll take setups from 7:45 all the way to 1 a.m. So this is the time range that I'm taking every single day because I think that I also need to sleep. So it's impossible for me to be there and to be awake all the time. And I don't want to be feeling I miss a setup. So I realized 8 a.m. to 1 a.m. is like optimum. Okay. So record the decision before the outcome, balance, blah, blah, blah. Remember to risk 2% for the demo 10,000 USD account, setup, entry, and stop loss distance. Calculate lot size and the actual lot size. Make sure that you guys know how to calculate this. And if you haven't, you can take this screenshot. Okay. Take this screenshot, the formula, very simple formula. Leverage, we can play at 1 to 200 to 1 to 500. We don't have to take more than 500. 500 is good enough. Okay, the balance is evidence, it's not the grade. What does it mean by that? The real score is when the trade size correctly, the reals rule followed, and the journal completed. So the most important thing is you have to follow this. It's not about like you can make amount of money or lose amount. It's not about that. We know If you follow the system, you are going to make 100 to 150% a year. That is the system. If you reach 2%, you are going to make 100 to 150% a year. Okay? Okay, then the difference in official and trading circle. Official, I show you where I buy, where I sell. For trading circle, I teach you why. I'm there on live to teach you why do I take these trades. So that's the difference. So later on, maybe in the next 1 month or 2 months, when I open up my trading circle, the reason why I have trading circle is for people who wants to learn how to trade my way, not just follow buy limit, sell limits. Because until when are you going to follow my buy limit, sell limit? If tomorrow suddenly I die, and then who is going to give you the buy limit and sell limit? You still need to live and trade, right? So learning is also part of this process. Like I said, I can teach you the system in 1 hour. I can teach you in 1 hour how to find the engulfing, the things like that. But the implementation and the daily process is what matters. Like I said, the signal isn't the premium product. Risk first, and then the technicals. So once you've completed the demo month, and no longer want to only follow what I trade, but want to understand why, this is why I created the trading circle. Okay? So now, basically it's done. I'm opening up for questions, for people who has questions, because it's almost 11:30. Like I said, I want to do it 1 hour and a half. I'm going to open for the next 10 minutes maximum for questions. I will try my best to answer the questions. And yeah, I hope it was a interactive session for all of us. And I really appreciate everyone staying up. Up to now, it's almost 80 people, stayed almost 90 throughout the whole session. So each and every one of you here today, I mean, I will always remember this session as like something special for me. Because why? My last Zoom session that I've made was maybe 4 years ago. Then I stopped teaching. I didn't want to teach anyone. I didn't want to be out there. I didn't want to say to anyone that I'm trading this strategy or whatsoever. But then I realized it's a calling. And it's more of like sharing my journey to people, that I want my journey to be at 1 million USD. Who wants to join my journey is always welcome. And I want people to watch what I'm doing. So questions, please ask your questions. I'll be looking at it. Okay, for the link, make sure that you guys can DM me, or maybe I can just send it over here if you guys want. And so let's look at the question together. Mr. Fly, I have a question. If I deposit 10,000, how much do you think I can make over a year? May Allah bless you. So if you want to deposit 10,000 USD, for me it's simple. I make 100 to 150% a year. So let's just say that you deposit 10,000, you would end the year at 20 or 25,000 USD. But then next year you would have 25,000 USD to start off, and 25,000, and then you would have an extra 25,000 USD at the end of the year. So in 2 years, starting from 10, you already have 50. I mean, for some people, this might be nothing, but 90% of people are losing traders. 90% of people are losing traders. So if they're able to already make 100 to 150% a year, it's something that they have to be grateful for already. And of course, in the future, if you can make more, is good. But then first is getting yourself to become a profitable trader. Okay, the link I will send, you can DM me, I will send the link. When will you be teaching? I'm starting to teach next month. Once this demo is done, then I start teaching. But it could be earlier, maybe in 2 weeks or 3 weeks. So just stay tuned. I will update in my NJ Journey official. Okay. Can send it here, bro. Can you show slide back for entry SL and entry SL entry SL entry? Which one? Which slide, bro? Rizal Rosli SL entry. Which one is it, bro? Okay, wait, hold on, yeah. 1 second, 1 second, 1 second. One second. So, is it this one, Rizal? Okay, done. Thank you. Okay, perfect. Can you? I've already registered in FX Pro. What to do? If you have already registered, you can change the IB, or if you want, you can open a new account under my link. It's totally up to you. Yeah, just PM me after this, and then I would guide you. I just want to know, sir, how you precise using only one time frame, because for higher time frames, sometimes the buy or the sell structure not done yet. So that's the thing. When the buy or sell structure in the higher time frame is not done yet, that's when the lower time frame would actually create the higher time frame, right? Because first the M1 will create the structure to create the M5 structure, then the M15 structure. So when the M15 structure is created, maybe a H1 structure will be created. So it always starts from a lower time frame to the higher time frame. But then for me, if I only look at M15 right now, of course, I can still get the entries that I want, but then it's really hard to predict what H4 or daily or weekly is going to do. It's something that if you are at the current stage right now, if you can just follow M15, M15 is already good enough. It's something that can make you profitable first. And then next step, if you have understand the structure of M15, then if you want to master your H4, H1 daily, then it's up to you. You don't need to master everything at once, because if you master everything at once, your mind is just going to get so messed up. You're just going to understand you need one time frame for now, especially for people who are new in trading, or people who are actually trying to learn something new in trading. Just focus on one time frame. Like I'm using one time frame, so why do you need to use more? So the next part of Hail Mary setup, the remaining 17 parts would be, for me, it's the implementation of the setup, where I place my SL, how many pips from the low do I place my SL, how many pips from the opening am I placing my entry, how am I placing my take profits. So those are the things that is from the 17 parts that is missing. And I think those are the things that I will also teach along the way, because those are implementation I mean, as long as you're trading on a daily basis, there's always something that you can learn. And it's not something that you have to learn one night and then you're going to understand. No, it's not like that. You have to constantly uh, be with me for the next 1 year at least. And then after a few months, maximum 1 year, you should be able to trade on your own without me. So how do you handle high volatility news? For me, I don't watch the news. I don't care about what the news do. I don't look at Forex Factory. I don't know if when the news is going to happen. If there's news at 8:30, 9:30, CPI, PPI, whatsoever. I don't care about the news. As long as I have the setup, as long as a confirmation setup has appeared, I take the trade. I don't care about the news. And then if the news is, let's just say, after 1 a.m., then I don't take the trade. But if the news is before 1 a.m., then I would take the trade. Because news is sometimes like it's, you asked me about news, right? Sorry. So if you ask me about news, right? Sometimes it's hard to really predict where is it going to go. Is it going to buy? Is it going to sell? Is it going to... I do not know what is it going to do. But that's when I am kind of emotionless. I just realize I have to trust my setup. If my setup says buy, I buy. If it sells, I sell. So it doesn't really matter if it's news or not. Bang, if let's say you start losing a few trades continuously, how long will you... I will never take a break. That's the thing about me. It's different than other people. I mean, you always hear, right? When you have like bad days, you take a break and then you come back again. Okay, tell me, how does it make sense when you have a system, when it tells you to buy, you buy, when it tells you to sell, you sell, and then when you have a bad losing period, you take a break. And then when you take a break, it's winning setups. How will you feel? Feel shit lah, right? So then I realized I cannot take a break. I just have to keep on going. I have to keep on being there every single day. As long as I'm there, as long as I'm in front of the charts, I want to take every setup that is available. I do not want to miss any setup. But of course lah, bro, I'm human, right? There'll be times that I miss setups. But in this year, I think I miss almost 5, 6 setups only in the year. And if you look at my history, I've took maybe 300, 400 trades, but I only missed about 5 or 6. That was because of one of the holidays I went recently. And some of the time it was just unlucky, I was out and stuff, but I am most of the time in front of the PC waiting for the setups to happen. So to answer your question, I do not wait. I do not have a break. I just keep on going, bro, until I am profitable again if I'm in a losing streak. So how do you determine your TP? For example, your lot size is number 5 to reach it will take roughly 670 pips to reach which is far to me. Do you determine your TP based on your SL? Yeah, I determine my TP based on my SL. So based on my backtesting that I've done for the last 4 years, my TP is decided because of where my placements of the SL and my entry. Then I have my TP. And based on that, I managed to derive a certain take profit points. Sometimes it's going to move a little bit here and there based on if there's an engulfing candle or if there's like a zone where it's slightly lower or slightly higher. But then most of the time I would take at 3, 3.1, 3.2. Usually it's like that. So your sole time frame has always been M15. Yes, bro. It's my sole time frame. It's the sole time frame, my only time frame. Okay, guys, this is my link. So if you guys wanna, I just posted my link in case if you guys wanna register whatsoever, it's there. Or some of you guys wanna change IB, DM me. Okay, so it's only M15. I don't have any other time frames. If you look at my H4, my MetaTrader, it's all M15. Yes. After I do a bit research about your entries, I do understand just ride the wave with probabilities, loss or win, and got a spot for recounter the loss without revenge. Yes, bro, exactly, Fikri. Yeah, bro, that's how I feel. There will be re-entry points. There'll be a lot of setups in the future. You don't have to chase the market. When there is a setup for the buy, if it's a buy, then just buy. Throughout your trading career, how do you regulate your emotions? So I think emotions for me, this is a very good question. It's about emotions. I managed to regulate better when I had data. So when I had data and I realized that, oh, actually, if I manage to just stick to the system, I will be profitable in the long run. Even though losing streaks ke, ataupun 15 losses ke, ataupun apa-apa pun, if I manage to stick to my system, The problem with emotions is sometimes when you do not have a data, you do not realize how much data can help you to become stronger emotionally. Sebab sometimes people tell you, bro, you have to be stronger emotions. You have to be emotionless trader. But how are you supposed to be emotionless when you do not know the data of your trades? So then when you start to record your trades, you start to take note on every single setup. On every single setup, you go through the last 4 years. You look at it, and then you write down the winning percentage from it. Did it hit stop loss or did it hit take profit? And then why did it happen like that? You have to always write down and understand why did it happen like that. And then imagine 4 years, I've made maybe, not made, I've backtested almost 4 years, so that's like 48 months. Maybe there's like 2,000, 3,000 trades. So after 2 to 3,000 trades, every year, my RR is constantly around 70 to 90 RR. So that's why I derive the fact that I'm possible to make 100 to 150% because my RR is always 70 to 90. And then I have to take all my setups, that's for sure. So I hope that answers your question. You have to have data of your trades. And data you have to backtest using, macam for me, I use TradingView, where you can see the data for the last few years, and then you can, it's much easier for you to backtest compared to your own MT5. One question that just popped up, out of 100 trades, how many trades you have win out of 100? If you ask my winning ratio, I only have maybe 30 to 35%. So 65 are losses, 35 are wins. So it's still a lot of losses, but my wins are only 35, but it's enough to be profitable. Your strategy can only use phone or need monitor laptop for good view. So if you ask me, it's always better to have a proper setup. I can monitor with my phone, but then at times my strategy, you need to look at what happens in 2023, what happens in 2024. So then when you have to pull all the way back, it's hard to like zoom out, zoom out, zoom out, zoom out, zoom out, and then like you have to go, 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 and then you lose every single thing. So when, like for me, I only have one screen, a big screen. I think it's about 34, 35 inch. That is good enough for me to see. Laptop is fine, but if you are serious into trading, I would suggest get a PC, trade from a PC. When there are people who are trading from the phone, no issue. But then if you really want to backtest, find a proper strategy in your laptop or your PC. Because from your phone, for me, it's difficult. Yeah, honestly, for me, it's difficult to backtest with my phone. Okay, so because now it's war market, but I saw a lot of people like to scalping nowadays. Well, I'm just thinking how they can trade with small time frame, which there is a lot of noise. Yeah, that's the thing. If everyone is trading differently, if everyone is like thinking differently in terms of like um, trading M1, trading M5, and then you see that they are making money, just ask for their password, bro. Their investor password. Look at how they have been doing for the last, I don't know, 5 months, 1 year, or something. I'm not saying that. That's why I said any strategy can be profitable. Any strategy. It's just you have to know your weaknesses for the strategy, and then you have to know your strength in your strategy. So if newbies hit continuously 10 to 15 SL, how they control emotions because they're already emotional. Also their confidence low, how to overcome this. So that's when I'm here. I'm here to go through the losses with you. If you have 10 losses, for example, I also have 10 losses. That's the reason why I have you a certain set of rules. If you want to trade, it's never lesser than 2000 USD, because if you have lower, you might blow your account first before you're able to make the money, to make the account grow. So emotionally, I would say you would feel something, but then the belief system that you have is it needs to be strong. It needs to be strong to a point that it's okay. This is part of trading. And once you accept that it is a part of trading, and part of trading comes also with how you manage your risk. If you have 10 to 15 losses, but you are over risking, you are risking your whole life, you're like this, you're like, I'm dead, then you will never be able to control your emotions, because you are over risking your whole account. Even 10 losses should only put your account at minus 20%. If it's minus 20%, a 2000 USD account, you should only be down a certain amount. So it's only emotional when you are not able to follow the risk that I set. That's why. So if your SL is set based on a specific number of pips, or do you first identify a key price level and set or do you determine your desired profit level first and then work backwards to decide? I decide my SL first. SL first. Entry, SL, then my take profit. Take profit is last. Okay? So it's always going to be that way. It's not going to be take profit first. So yeah, guys, I think that's all for tonight. It's been like, I don't know how long it's been. It's almost 11:45, slightly later than expected. I really hope that tonight you have learned something. And if you have any questions, DM me and I will try my best to reply to each and every one of you. Sorry if it's going to be a bit late. Sorry if it's going to be a voice note, no text, because I have to reply to many people. And I think that I can get across message better with voice note instead of like text. So if you guys haven't registered, make sure that you guys register. If you guys want a link, DM me the link, DM me and I will send you the link. And if you guys have already an account with FX Pro, then DM me. I will send you how to change the IB and stuff like that. But remember, the most important thing, the next 1 month is open up a 10,000 USD demo account. Once you have done that, then message me, show me that you have done that process, and then try and learn how to follow the lot sizes. Because 1 month should be enough for you to learn, to make mistake. And then once you're done, it's time to make money, baby. Okay? All right, guys. Thank you. Assalamualaikum and good night. Bye.